Imagine an artist who could reinvent himself not once, but repeatedly, each time captivating the world with a new persona, sound, and visual identity. That was David Bowie, a musical pioneer whose career spanned over 5 decades and redefined what it meant to be a rock star. From the androgynous Ziggy Stardust to the sophisticated thin white Duke, Bowie's ability to transform made him a cultural icon whose influence stretches far beyond music. David Robert Jones was born on January 8, 1947, in Brixton, London. Growing up in post-war Britain, he was drawn to music early on, experimenting with saxophone, guitar, and various styles, from skiffle to R&B. By his teens, he had adopted the stage name David Bowie to avoid confusion with Davy Jones of the Monkees. His early career was marked by experimentation and false starts, but each project sharpened his artistic vision. He released his debut album David Bowie in 1967, though it wasn't until the 1970s that he found his true voice. The turning point came in 1972 with the release of The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. Bowie introduced Ziggy Stardust, a flamboyant, androgynous alien rock star, a character that became a symbol of the glam rock era. Songs like Starman and the title track captivated audiences, blending theatricality with raw rock energy. The Ziggy era wasn't just about music, it challenged social norms around gender and identity, inspiring fans to embrace individuality and self-expression. Bowie's bold fashion choices, bright colors, makeup, and avant-garde costumes became as iconic as the songs themselves. Throughout the 1970s, Bowie continued to evolve. After killing off Ziggy in 1973, he adopted the persona of the thin white Duke, a stark contrast. A pale, aristocratic figure with a more minimalist, soul-influenced sound. Albums like Young Americans, 1975, showcased his versatility, featuring the hit Fame, co-written with John Lennon. He then moved to Berlin, where he embarked on his Berlin Trilogy with Low, 1977, Heroes, 1977, and Lodger, 1979. These experimental records, produced with Brian Eno, pushed the boundaries of rock, incorporating electronic sounds and ambient textures that would influence generations of musicians. The 1980s brought Bowie's commercial peak. Let's Dance, 1983, became a global smash, featuring hits like the title track, Modern Love, and China Girl. With its polished production and danceable rhythms, the album introduced Bowie to a new, broader audience. His image shifted again, now a sleek, stylish pop icon, but his artistic integrity remained. He also expanded into acting, starring in films like The Man Who Fell to Earth, 1976, and Labyrinth, 1986, further cementing his status as a multifaceted artist. In the 1990s and 2000s, Bowie remained restless and innovative. He explored industrial rock with One Dot Outside, 1995, electronic music with Earthling, 1997, and returned to more introspective songwriting with Hours, 1999. He embraced the internet early, launching BowieNet, one of the first celebrity-branded internet services, showing his interest in technology and new ways to connect with fans. His live performances remained legendary, blending music, theater, and visual art into unforgettable shows. Bowie's personal life was as complex as his art. He married Angela Barnett in 1970, and they had a son, Duncan Jones, born Zoe Bowie, before divorcing in 1980. In 1992, he married supermodel Iman, and the couple remained together until his death. Known for his privacy, Bowie rarely discussed his personal struggles publicly, but his work often reflected themes of alienation, identity, and transformation, resonating deeply with listeners who felt like outsiders. His final act was one of the most powerful statements of his career. In 2013, after a decade of relative silence, Bowie returned with The Next Day, a critically acclaimed album that proved he was still creatively vital. Then, in 2016, he released Blackstar, a haunting, jazz-influenced masterpiece, just 2 days before his death from liver cancer on January 10, 2016. Blackstar was revealed to be a farewell message, a deeply personal and artistic reflection on mortality. The timing and depth of the album turned it into a poignant final chapter, leaving fans and critics in awe of his ability to turn even his departure into art. Today, David Bowie's legacy is immense. He broke down barriers between genres, challenged societal norms, and inspired countless artists, from Lady Gaga and Beyonce to Radiohead and Arcade Fire. His influence extends into fashion, film, and digital culture. Museums have hosted exhibitions dedicated to his work, and his music continues to find new audiences. Bowie wasn't just a musician, he was a visionary who understood that art is about constant evolution. As he once said through his work, "To stay relevant, you must never stop transforming." His life reminds us that true creativity means daring to be different, and having the courage to reinvent yourself, again and again.